Hello, this is Thomas Windlow. Today we want to talk about who's in charge of who in this lifetime. You know, a lot of times I deal with customers on a regular basis, every day, and they come to me and they are trying to figure out life and the situations in their life. Whether it be love, whether it be work, whether it be children or family. They're always looking at trying to be ahead of the game, which is, I think, absolutely great. But what they don't understand in this lifetime is, and we all have an issue with this, is that we have to keep our positive energy flowing in front of us at all times. And that's very, very difficult today, especially with the way society is aligned up. You know, it seems to me like we're in a time period of change, and we may even actually be going into a full-blown depression because of the job market and everything that is happening in the world today. But if you fear that you will lose, then you have no choice but to lose to regain. And what I mean by that is that your energy and your positive outlook out of life is actually being challenged by yourself. You know, we all knew certain parts of our life were going to be difficult at times in this lifetime. And even though we may think that we can change the outcome of certain situations, I don't believe that that is always true. I believe we can modify, change the format, influence each other through friendships or the intermingle energy. But on the lesson standpoint, we're still going to learn lessons in this lifetime. So you have to understand that with society being the way it is today, and the chaos over in Russia, and the chaos in China, and the chaos in Israel, and the chaos here in the United States, by far we are in difficult times. And whether we shifted jobs overseas or whether we are trying to shift jobs back here into the United States, we still have to understand that every element of our world has an intermingle of each other playing some type of part and energy. And whether it is for the positive or for the negative, it is still a reality in which we live. You know, I often talk about goals and manifestation and power of thought and positive flow energy all the way through our lifetimes, and how we can influence others through our smile and dedication and helping each other to understand life is not always going to be easy. Sometimes it's complicated. And sometimes lessons of karma are more difficult than other times in our life. And we are going to face certain challenges in this life as we go through. But, you know, I've watched a lot of positive reinforcement theme type movies in my life, and I always say that it really starts with the thought formation first. You know, the movie The Secret, I recommend it to all of my customers because I believe that it has a very powerful message of positive thought, energy of manifestation, the creative side of the human element of the brain itself. I just think that it's probably one of the best gifts that you can actually buy for yourself or for others. But the bottom line is that everything has to change through who you are in this lifetime and what you want out of this lifetime. Everybody on the earth plane has something different that they want. It's not always money, it's not always love, it's not always family, it's not always peace, it's not always obstacles for organizations or companies. And yet I see stress flaring in all directions of a lot of the clients that I see. Whether you're a realtor or whether you're a foundry person, a truck driver, an accountant, business is suffering right now, and you have to see yourself as being one of the top, or you're going to fall through a crack here. Elements of dismissal, pink slips going out all over the world can actually influence attitude all the way through. Right now, I can think of 5 people that are either in fear of losing their job, or fear that their company is closing, or fear that their company is moving, or fear that their company may not exist down the road here because of the way the economy is actually going. So how do we change that? How do we make sure that we're not going to be affected in a powerful negative way versus a powerful positive way? Well, first off, every person on the earth plane is born with gifts. Okay, whether they're education gifts of where you went to school and actually transformed your life into some type of certificate and power to help others, or whether you are in a trade school now currently looking at work, or whether you are trying to start your own business with a downfall economy. Every element of life is changing as we know it, and your attitude has to change too. You know, this is 2009 and the energy of success is still upon us. You know, the world is very small, but yet it's very needy. I was always told, if you have a quality gift or a quality product, or a talent in which you can give back to people, you will make it in this world. And you know what? I truly believe that. I believe that if you can honestly give from the heart and not put greed into your situation, ask for what you want, write it down, believe in the positive power that you are manifestation ready, then you can actually change everything in your life. You know, we have choices in this world. We have choices of where we live, choices of who we intermingle with, choices of our job, choices of our families. And we all have to understand that through our missions we're going to interact or touch the people that we need. Now, I don't believe, not for 1 minute, that anyone is here to actually suffer or endure pain in this lifetime unless they choose. I believe the physical body does wear itself out. I believe that the pain is real through the brain energy. But you have to understand that even with the physical body actually having some suffering on it, you have to understand that you have control through your brain waves to actually start modifying and changing your thought formations. If you dwell on something, you're going to draw it to you. If you ask for something, you're going to pull it to you. If you fear something, it's right upon you. So you have to understand that we're still in a society to where we can make choices about a lot of things in this lifetime, and you are in charge. You know, by writing it down, making it a physical energy, focusing your energy upon it, you know, it's not in your time period that it might happen, but I believe that with the positive focus energy, the lightheartedness of our being, that we actually draw attention to it faster through the universe itself. Prayer is always a good thing. Prayer is always something that is heard, whether you believe in God or whether you don't believe in God. You know, whether you call it God, whether you call it the universal light, whether you call it whatever you feel on the inside, it's okay as long as you're communicating. Communication from the inside of the physical being or the thought formations are actually energies that go out into the universe to help us manifest our powerful and good part of our life. The challenges are also fear energies that we actually draw towards us. And that's some things that the secret actually does teach. But I want to teach on a different level. I want you to understand that every life that you've lived in this human formation is actually an imprint of your soul formation. And every successful life that you've lived and every negative life you've lived is also an imprint on that soul manifestation energy. So if you can learn to meditate, you can learn to balance, you can learn to draw your energies outward, then you're actually going to start looking at some of those powerful, powerful lifetimes that you've lived, and you're actually going to pull that manifestation power towards you and actually balance life. Okay? I often refer to people, get outside, take a walk, touch a tree, lay on the ground, enjoy the sky, look at the stars, get out in nature to bring balance to your physical being. You know, God gave us a lot of gifts, and some of those gifts that we have are gifts of freedom, and the freedom energy is through our sight, our feelings, our emotions, and we have to learn to put all of that to work for ourselves. If you cage yourself in through a house or a room, then by all means you're going to draw some depressions, you're going to draw anxieties, and you're going to have to learn to unwind